Eric shocked everyone last year when it came to light that he had quietly tied the knot with Kerry Wyatt. However, the marriage wasn't built on romance, as Eric chose to wed Kerry for practical financial reasons and tax benefits. With his Parkinson's disease continuing to worsen, Eric transferred his assets to protect his grandson, Jacob Gallagher, from facing expensive care home costs after he passes away. Although Eric's feelings for Kerry are not romantic, he still experienced a touch of jealousy after discovering she had started seeing Jai Sharma. Wanting reassurance of her loyalty, Eric resorted to his usual meddling ways, but the situation didn't unfold as he had hoped. Once Kerry realized Eric knew about her secret relationship, she ended things with Jai because she didn't want Eric left alone. Despite this, Kerry was miserable with the decision, prompting Eric to eventually give his approval and encourage her to continue her romance with Jai. What began as a casual workplace romance has since developed into something much more meaningful between the pair. In upcoming scenes, while Jai is away, his son Archie is being cared for by Kerry and Eric. To entertain himself, Archie tricks the pair out of some money, leaving them stunned. After managing to recover their cash, Kerry and Eric stand together and decide Archie's punishment will be helping out in the shop. But in a surprising turn, Eric soon notices that Archie has quite a talent for clever money-making ideas. The sensible move would be for Eric not to encourage the youngster with the sneaky tricks he has learned over the years. Still, if Eric spots an opportunity to make extra cash, resisting temptation may prove impossible. Could Eric's actions end up creating fresh problems for Kerry and Jai? Emmerdale producer Laura Shaw has spoken about Joe Tate's uncertain future after his fiancée, Dawn Fletcher, delivered a serious ultimatum last week. Joe now finds himself at a turning point after Dawn demanded that he finally put an end to his bitter feud with the Dingle family. She warned him that if he failed to change, she would walk away from their relationship for good. Recent episodes showed pregnant Dawn thinking about leaving the village entirely after tricking Joe out of thousands of pounds. Her actions came after she witnessed more of Joe's darker behaviour and worried about the effect it could have on her children. Since then, Joe has vowed to turn over a new leaf and has even attempted to make amends with longtime enemy Moira Dingle in an effort to prove himself to Dawn. The question now is whether Joe is genuinely ready to change or if he will once again fall back into old habits. Speaking exclusively to Inside Soap, Laura Shaw explained, "For me, Dawn and Joe are a genuine love story. Even though Joe has done terrible things, Dawn sees a different side to him that others don't." She continued by saying that Joe's troubled childhood shaped the man he became. Losing his father and dealing with difficult experiences left lasting scars on him. Laura added that Dawn believes there is still hope for Joe, and that deep down, he wants to be a devoted family man and a better person. According to her, Dawn keeps believing she can bring out that good side of him, and if she succeeds, the pair could eventually have a happy future together as a family. Viewers have recently watched Joe behave more cruelly than ever, especially after it was revealed he was originally behind the scheme to frame Moira for the crimes committed by Celia Daniels and Ray Walters. Although the situation spiraled far beyond what Joe had first planned, he still remained silent while Moira faced accusations of double murder and human trafficking. As a result of the ordeal, Moira was forced to give up Butler's farm and sell the property to the Tates. Robert Sugden and Aaron Dingle have since taken over the farm as tenants, renaming the iconic location Emmerdale Farm. Cami Hadid makes a shocking confession in tonight's Emmerdale episode after being discovered acting suspiciously with a petrol can and lighter. His unusual behaviour immediately places him high on the suspect list in the ongoing farm fire mystery, but the truth behind his actions is very different from what everyone assumes. Wednesday's installment sees Robert Sugden reaching breaking point as he becomes increasingly desperate to uncover who is responsible for the mysterious fires around Emmerdale Farm. Consumed by suspicion and convinced almost anyone could be guilty, Robert even points the finger at a stunned Mackenzie Boyd, accusing him of starting the blazes. Tensions rise further later on when Robert and his partner Aaron Dingle come across Cammy standing in one of the fields holding a lighter and petrol can. Certain they have finally caught the culprit tormenting them for weeks, the pair accuse Cammy of being the arsonist. However, the real story comes out later when Cammy opens up to his close friend Vinnie Dingle. Cammy admits he has been hiding the truth about his situation and reveals that he is completely broke. He explains that he had planned to destroy his own car and blame it on the mystery fire starter so he could claim insurance money. When Vinnie warns him that such a scheme could easily land him in prison, Cammy admits the idea wasn't exactly foolproof. Still, he confesses he found it less humiliating than admitting he is homeless. Cammy then reveals that he lost his flat some time ago after falling behind on bills and maxing out his credit cards. He explains that the rising costs of living alone eventually became too much for him to handle. Emmerdale producers recently confirmed that the soap will be exploring the issue of hidden homelessness through Cammy's storyline, following the character's popularity with viewers. Producer Sophie Roper explained that the plot aims to highlight how people can quietly struggle on the edge of society while still appearing to live normal lives, keeping jobs and maintaining friendships despite sleeping in vehicles or barns. She also said the storyline intends to challenge assumptions about what homelessness looks like and remind viewers that people's outward appearances often hide the reality of what they are going through. Emmerdale viewers are convinced they have worked out who could finally bring down Dr. Todd, and many believe it will not be Chas or Charity Dingle who expose her. Fans of the ITV soap think recent scenes strongly hinted that another character is about to start digging into Todd's suspicious behaviour. After spending weeks tormenting medical student Jacob Sugden, Todd recently shifted her focus onto Charity Dingle. She uncovered the truth about Charity's baby secret and learned the real identity of baby Layla's parents. Todd is now using the information to blackmail Charity, demanding thousands of pounds in return for keeping quiet. New spoilers for next week reveal that a desperate Charity eventually opens up to Chas about the pressure she is under, and together they begin plotting a solution. The pair attempt to find a way to raise enough money to stop Todd from revealing the truth about Sarah and Jacob's baby. Despite this, viewers are convinced that Chas will not be the one responsible for finally stopping Todd. Many fans also doubt that Charity or Jacob themselves will be the cause of Todd's downfall. Instead, soap watchers now suspect someone connected to the family could uncover the truth and step in to put an end to Todd's behaviour. A recent episode featured Charity approaching Ruby Milligan with an offer to buy her share of the pub. Ruby appeared interested in the deal, but her husband Caleb Milligan was far more cautious about the situation. Although Charity tried to hide what was really going on, Caleb quickly sensed her desperation and suspected there was more behind her sudden decision. He made it clear that he was willing to help if she needed support, and viewers now believe this could be a major clue about what happens next. Fans are increasingly convinced that Caleb will eventually uncover Todd's blackmail scheme and become the person who finally destroys her reign of terror. Emmerdale airs on ITV1 every weekday at 8 p.m, while episodes are also available to stream from 7 a.m. on ITVX and YouTube.